Well, this is my first cast. Haven't even done any of the introductions yet. Got a bite straight away. I've got a squid and ragworm cocktail on a 2.0 pulley pennel. It's been in the water for about 10 minutes. Let's see what we got. A tiny little strap conger, look at that. Ha! Ha! Absolute baby. Ha! Oh, we can see that. You can see that there. A tiny little conger. Barely hooked he was. Let's get him back in the water. There he's gone. That's the blank beaten, and I've been fishing for 15 minutes. Well, that's a good start to the trip. Just so he basically took a rad and squid cocktail. Well, welcome back to my channel, Fishing A.T. Alan here. I'm back on Sand Point, where I was last week, but I'm fishing much further down, I suppose more towards Clevedon. Sand Point is down here around the promontory there, over that big hill there. You can see I think that's Flatholme in the distance there, and I've fished further up. I think it's called Middlehope Bay, so it's about 3 hours after low tide. It's currently 9:05. High water is 22 or quarter to 12. I think it's a deeper sort of mark here, less weed and rock. If you watch my video from last week, I was fishing quite a shallow mark further round, very snaggy, a lot of weed in front of me. I'm here, I think there's, when I walked back last week, there seemed to be less rock and weed going out. Obviously I'm going to be back up in the rock soon. There's about it's about a 10.6 metre high tide at Western Supermare. Low tide was about 1.8, so we've got about 8.5 meters of tidal range. So it's a bit of a bigger tide than last week, but fingers crossed it can be productive. So we'll see. Baits today, I've got obviously rag and live peeler crab, which I had from Oliver's Angling in Clevedon. I also had some frozen peeler and some squid from him as well. And so I'll be fishing rag, squid, peeler. I've also got some frozen bluey as well. Okay, I'll come back to you again in a bit. Well, that was a bit of a frantic start with that little strap conger at the first cast. So yeah, it's Thursday. I think it's the 4th of August. So yeah, fishing Sand Point again to try and lay my demons from all the lost rigs and tackle I had last week. I think I lost nine leads and traces in all last week, so pretty rough ground where I was. So just fishing the two rods that I had with me last week. Daiwa tournament 14-foot and a Saltist, both with Penn mag 525s. Got a 25-pound Varivas yellow line, and I'm still fishing the rotten bottom, so I got a 20-pound rod and bottom on there, and fishing 170 grams of lead. It's a little bit of a chop on the water. There's a sort of 10 mile an hour westerly southwesterly, meant to pick up a little bit later on, so we'll see how that goes. And as I said, the time is almost 4 hours in now, so we'll be moving back shortly, getting up onto the higher ledges here, and then we'll see how that goes in front of me. So anyway, at least the blank is beaten, which is always good to get that monkey off your back when you go fishing. Just on bait, as I said, I got some fresh ragworm. I've got the usual sort of squid stuff. I've got some fresh peeler crabs here, as I said, from Oliver's angling this morning, so they'll be going on in a minute. And also got some bluey. So it's quite bright. Little bit of cloud cover, meant to be about 22 degrees today, so fingers crossed we can have, well, there won't be any rain anyway like yesterday or the day before where we were in Chepstow, so hopefully we can have a nice day on and catch a few fish. Just had a knock on this rod. Bluey and squid. Cocktail on a 2.0 pulley pennel. Let's put that back in the rest. Let's see if we can see that. Doesn't look like it's there. Let's just leave it and see what develops. Well, that bite has still sort of been tapping away. See if we got anything here. I don't think so. I missed that, I think. Good sign though that there's bites happening. No, missed that. A bit disappointing. Should have let that one just carry on. Oh well. Well, it's 10:30. Tide is pushing in another hour to go. I've moved up onto higher rocks now. Thankfully the ground in front is pretty clean, so I haven't touched wood, lost any gear yet. I haven't had any snags, so I must be casting onto sand or mud bottom. And yeah, we a bit cleaner ground than last week, so that's a better mark for me, particularly because I don't have a very big cast. So I'll put a little tag point map in my video to show you approximately where I was fishing. I've walked about 1.3 kilometres from the National Trust car park the end of, I think it's Woodspring Bay Road, so it's over the back, the Weston-super-Mare side of the point. There are two car parks here. Further up the mark towards Clevedon is a mark known as the Admiralty or the MOD mark, and there's a car park there, but I've parked the one, I've driven through Qstoke and parked in front of the National Trust car park there at the tip of, or the base of Sandpoint, and it's about a 1.2 kilometre walk. Quite a large amount of steps to get up to the top of the point, so just be prepared for that. I'll try and put some footage in if that comes out, a little bit speeded up, just to show you the climb up. So there's a bit of an incline up. The good thing is that it's going down when I go back to the car park. Just an indication of the sort of baits I'm using. This is just a squid and bluey wrap, I suppose, on a 220 Varivas big mouth specials on a Pulley pennel. That one's actually had been out for 14 minutes in the water and has come back completely untouched. So not even any sort of crabs or anything out there really that are paying the bait much attention. And as I said before, the ground is pretty clean. You're up quite high, so once you get it off the bottom, you can get it in generally pretty much okay. I am using still a rotten bottom just in case, but as yet all rigs have been retrieved perfectly well. Well, I think there's still something tapping away on this rod. I'll bring it in and see if there's something there. Feels like there's something there. Let's see what we've got. It's sort of spiraling down to the side there. What have we got? Oh, we have a conger. And there we go. Let's just get this sorted here. Oh, tiny, about the size of the first one I had. Interesting actually, they don't. First one was relatively positive in the bite. This one maybe a little bit more subtle. I'm gonna have to get my pliers on that one to disgorge him. There we go. Let it go back. Oh, there we go. Oh. Yep, there we go. So you thought about it, but he went. Good stuff. Well, the tide's pushing out now. and it's just gone 1 o'clock, so it's like an hour and a half after high tide. You probably can tell from the wind noise on the GoPro. The wind's picked up quite a bit now, and it's you probably can't see a lot of white horses out there, and blowing quite hard, so it's coming more. I think it's come more westerly now, right up the channel. Quite a bit of weed sort of coming down with the tide, so that's catching on the line a little bit. Fishing really no real bite since that last conger that I had. I didn't say at the time that came on rag and squid. I think exactly the same as what the first conger came on. So I've been trying all the baits, blueys, squid, rag on its own, peeler crab, and no luck. But anyway, still we'll stick it out for a couple more hours, and we'll see how we go. Right, if you can hear me above the wind noise, this one's been going slack continually, so I'm just gonna give it a strike and a check. I don't think there's anything there actually. No, my imagination. Fishing is really slow, baits coming back untouched now, regardless of whatever I put on. Worm, crab, fish bait, nothing's being touched at all, not even any crabs. I actually forgot to say I had some sandeel as well from Oliver's angling this morning, so I put those on. This was a double sandeel bait, and as you can see, pretty much as it went out. So very quiet here, can't even catch a crab. Well, there's not much doing fishing wise. The tide is pretty much at the same sort of state as when I arrived, about 3 hours halfway. There's a great big boat there, you can see that coming down from Port's Head, some big cargo container ferry, or it's not ferry, container ship. Yeah, that wind has sort of eased a little bit, or he's just moved direction a little bit, but as I say, the fishing is very, very quiet, and I'll probably give it another half hour, and then I'll call it a day. I think the positives from this session really are, got a mark that's relatively snag free. Got quite easy access, got quite decent sort of fishing platforms as such for this part of the Bristol Channel, and time will tell to see whether, if I fish it again, whether we can get any other species out from here. I'm sure there'd be rays. There's obviously bass, I know, or we know, because we had bass last week, but if there's sand here, then there may be some thornbacks available to catch, so worth another trip. So unless I catch anything, I'll say goodbye, and thanks for tuning in and watching. On the videos that I've posted, if you've watched them, thank you very much. I think my Chesil video, the first one I did, is almost at 1,000 views. That's probably 900 more than I thought I'd get. So thank you for that. So wishing everybody good health, and if you're fishing, tight lines, and hopefully we'll see you all again soon. Bye now.